So, Danny, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about Tyson Fury v Vladimir Klitschko, the rematch in Manchester. Tyson Fury putting all the belts on the line. How do you see that sort of fight playing out?
Um, like I said, I think that it's going to be a better Klitschko this time. I think that Klitschko's going to, I think he's going to come with a bit more grit and a bit more balls. But like I said, I just don't think he knows what to expect with Tyson Fury. He don't know what to prepare for because you don't know whether Tyson's going to get on his toes and do another boxing job like he did in Dusseldorf, or whether he's going to stand and fight him because he can fight a bit of Tyson Fury as well. Do you know what I mean? Let's not forget he's a travelling man, so they're born and bred to do that sort of thing. But I think that Fury would start boxing again, to be quite honest. I don't think he'll want to stand there and get caught with that right hand that Klitschko's got. The last thing a man loses is his punch. So yeah, I think that the last thing that he'll want to do is stand in front of Fury. I think in front of Klitschko, I think he'll just box, get on his toes. But yeah, Tyson, you just don't know what you're preparing for with Tyson Fury, do you?
Do you think the fact that Tyson Fury's beat Klitschko in Dusseldorf in front of sort of his adopted home fans, if you like, that will play on Klitschko's mind a little bit? How do you think that will work?
I don't know. I don't think Klitschko's as like he makes out he's this cool, calm, confident guy, but I think he lacks belief in himself. Klitschko, like you can see that from years before when he was getting knocked out by Corey Sanders and Lamont Brewster and people like that. I don't think he really believed in himself, and he had Emmanuel Stewart around always to tell him what, to back him up. It was sort of like Tyson with Customato a bit. Like he always had that guy there to back him up and tell him how great he was, and then when he weren't there, he sort of went off the rails a little bit. And I think that's in a different way. I think that's what's happened with Klitschko. I think that he hasn't got someone there telling him how great he is, and he's got Jonathan Banks there, who he's great, he's a good trainer and that, but he's not Emmanuel Stewart, And I just think that I think he's weak mentally, and Tyson Fury, he's not. That's the total opposite to that. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it will play on. I think it will play on Klitschko. I think he'll do a lot better this time than he did last time. I think he'll be a bit closer. I think he'll throw a few more shots. Couldn't throw any less. But I just think Tyson Fury's he's the young, fresh blood in the division. I think he'll do the business, mate. To be honest.
Alright then, if Tyson Fury comes through the Klitschko fight, Anthony Joshua comes through against Dominic Brazil,
Yeah.
do you think potentially that fight will happen? And if not, there's sort of a great sort of contingent of fighters underneath that, the likes of sort of David Price, Dillian White, even sort of Derek Chisora, David Hay. Could you match up a couple of fights out of that if you can't see the Joshua Tyson Fury fight happening?
Yeah, do you know what? I would like to see. I don't know why, but I'd like to see Chisora and Joshua. They're both old Finchley boys. I think that'd be a good fight. I think that Chisora will come at him. I think he'll have a go. That's one thing you can't ever say about Derek Chisora is that he doesn't have a go. I'd like to see someone in there with Shannon Briggs. Hopefully, Hay and Briggs come through their fights. But like I said, I'd love to see Shannon Briggs get some sort of chance. Do you know what I mean? Because he, when he was world champion when he was a bit younger, but I don't think he ever really fulfilled his potential due to the fact that he was out getting on a piss and doing what he was doing and enjoying that world champion lifestyle. But now he seems, even though he's mad, he knows what he's doing. Do you know what I mean? And I think he's got a renewed sort of, I forget what, a renewed interest in the boxing. Do you know what I mean? He's there now. He's living a life properly. He's eating properly, as you can see. You just have to look at him. He's mad, but he's mad for the right reasons. You know what I mean? He genuinely believes that he's gonna be the world champ again, and I think he deserves a chance. Like, why not? Like, Hayes trying to get his way back up there because after what's happened with him, with the toe gate and all that, and saying that he's done it. He's been out because of this and pulled out against Fury. Well, alright, why not put them two together? Do you know what I mean? They both want to get to the top, sort of thing. They've both sort of not been disgraced, you know what I mean? But they've both sort of, didn't do the best that they could have done earlier on in their careers. So why not stick them two together? Hopefully they cover the fights and that happens. And then, there's a good mix there, ain't there? At that time. I don't really know about Price, to be honest. He's a lovely guy and under Dave Caldwell, he's doing he's doing the business, ain't he? But again, he doesn't look. It's just mentally. I don't know if he looks 100% there. Do you know what I mean? I think he folds a bit when it gets a bit hard, but who knows? I'm sure he'll prove me wrong.
What are your thoughts on the sort of misfortune, if you like, and sort of injustice that David Price has suffered? The fact that two
Yeah,
of
it's
his
bad.
two
It's
of
bad.
opponents that he suffered defeats against have sort of been well, like
On the gear.
looked at to be
Yeah.
taking sort of
Let's
enhancing
be
performance
honest.
drugs.
That I think that anyone who gets found guilty of taking drugs in this sport should be banned for life. I think that's what should happen. There should be no sort of, oh well, we have a 2-year ban. Bollocks to that. If you get caught doing the gear in boxing, that's your lot. You're banned because listen, this ain't running or oh he's winning a race, or whatever. You're killing another man's brain cells every time you hit him with a shot. And if they're on the gear and the juice, you can kill a man stone dead. They should be banned for life. You know what I mean? That's what I think anyway. And I think it's gutting for David Price really, because that could have ruined his whole career now. You know, and them two, the losses that come from that should be turned to a no contest, both of them. But
I believe the
yeah,
Tepper one has, so it's obviously
yeah. Who was the other one? It was Thompson?
Tony
wasn't it?
Thompson.
Yeah,
Two
that
of
should
his
be as
two
well.
defeats.
Yeah,
Tony
should
Thompson.
both be turned to. They should both be turned to no contests. All of them should. It's a limit. It's a rank limit. It's cheating. You know, it's not fair. So at the end of the day, it should be turned around again. But listen, at the end of the day, that's for the people that are in charge to deal with. So it's a shame, but I'm sure with Dave Caldwell and Bellew up there, sure they'll get the best out of him again.
It's like, I remember at a time where the biggest sort of fight everyone was talking about was Tyson Fury v David Price.
Yeah.
So the
Plumbergate.
incurring them sort of defeats, potentially that could have cost David Price maybe what, £2 or £3 million?
Yeah, it can, but it could have. But just think of how good the story will be if he does actually rebuild himself. Listen, mate, Dave Cole was a top trainer, and they've got a wicked team there. Do you know what I mean? Bellew and the McDonald's, and you know they're doing really well. So he's around the right people, isn't he, to rebuild? But it's all just about if he can rebuild. I'm sure that the Bellew fight will always be there because him and Tyson Fury, they don't like each other. They don't like each other, do they? So, you know, they get to he builds himself up, has a few decent wins. Then is Tepper's banned? Is he? Is he banned at the moment?
Yeah, the Tepper defeat's been quite
No,
a
but is
contest.
Tepper still active or is he
I
banned?
believe he's banned.
Yeah, well, I don't know what it is, but even if he could turn that around, do you know what I mean? Turn that defeat around. Tepper was European champion, wasn't he? So that would put him in some of the governing top bodies, I'm sure. And I think people would be willing to take a risk against David Price. You know, he's a puncher, but he hasn't looked like he's got the whiskers to do it. But I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure that he'd be raring to go for it.